Hey, what's up? It's Paul from Guitar World, and I'm here with my good friend Nick Bowcott from Marshall Amplification, and he's here to tell us all about the brand new Marshall Code series of amplifiers. Take it away, Nick.
Thank you, sir. Behind me are two new Code amps. This is the Code 25, 25 watts, 1x10 combo. This is the Code 50, 50 watts, 1x12 combo. They're digital, they're modeling amps. Well, I prefer to call them replicants because they replicate great sounding amps. Mainly Marshall, but some other amps we think are great too. We're very late to the affordable digital amp realm, but there's an advantage to that. We've been able to talk to thousands upon thousands of guitar players from all over the world of different ages, different standards and different styles. So we've learned from them what they like about what's out there already. More importantly, what they don't like, and maybe most importantly of all, what they wish those amps had. And we've tried to take all that knowledge and put them into these bad boys. These are KISS amps, nothing to do with Ace Frehley, who's wonderful. KISS is an acronym for Keep It Simple, Stupid. We want these to be guitar friendly. To that point, one of the things we found people didn't like is they didn't like, if they wanted more gain, they turned a knob, they didn't know where gain was in the first place. So on both these amps, there's a screen, it shows you where gain was and where you're going to, and it does it for all the parameters. There are no parameters on this amp that don't exist on an amp or on a pedal. There's no pre-gain, there's no pre-delay on a chorus pedal. I don't know what that means, sorry, so we don't have it on there. And we've just got sections for everything. There's pedals, there's preamps, there's reverbs, there's delays, there's modulations, there's power amps, and there's cabinets. And what the great thing about that is we've got 16 preamp models that are very accurate, mainly Marshall, but some other amps we think are great, some great American amps, a great British amp from the 50s. Same with the power amps, 2 Marshalls and then 2 others. And what you can do is you can mix and match. So if you do the math between 16 preamps with 4 power amps and 8 cabinets, there's 448 possible combinations without adding any effects or turning any knobs. And if you need more than that, Rehab is what I recommend you go to. But hey, you know what? Talk is cheap. Everything I've said means nothing if the amp doesn't sound good, so let's check it out.
So let's take a listen. You know what I really dig about this is that anyone who's ever played a Marshall will be instantly familiar with the control set that's on these amplifiers. Since I'm playing through the Code 25, I dialed up a couple, several tones, a clean with chorus, an acoustic sound, and as well as a sort of a classic rock sound. And it was just easy to dial in because, like I said, the control set is real familiar. You just start moving some knobs, add a little delay or reverb wherever you want, and boom, there it is. There's your sound. So let's start with the stuff that I created over here, starting with the classic rock sound. And then off to the clean setting. And then let's take a listen to this acoustic thing, which sounds pretty convincing. And now I'm going to turn over to Nick, who created some presets with some really great sounds, so you get to hear the wide range of tones here.
It's another $10 I owe him, but yeah, these are some of my favorite sounds. I'll give you hints of who it's kind of aimed at or who it's modeled on, shall we say. This guy plays a Les Paul with bullseyes on it, has a beard, very skinny, not muscly at all, doesn't drink any beer, and No surprises there. This one. I think that gives you a clue. May he rest in peace. This guy wears shorts. This band is a country band. Back into the 80s. '80s, clean. More up-to-date groove metal. British guy plays a guitar made out of a fireplace. Okay, yeah, this is a number of my house. Kind of cool Stratty sound. And we'll finish with some moody blues.
So what's great about these brand new Code series of amplifiers is that using the Marshall Gateway app, which is free, it connects via Bluetooth, where you can actually change presets and do controls via real time using it. You want to tell me more about that, about the app as well?
Sure. Yeah, like Paul said, it's called Marshall Gateway. It's totally free plus tax, of course, so $0 plus $0 tax. You heard me at the start play along with the backing track. If I've got any music on my phone, once I've connected to the amp via Bluetooth, I can play along with it, which is what you heard me do. And there's also a loop function. So that allows me to connect to the amp. And our ad says, connect, control, create. And as human beings, we want to connect with people. And then because we have egos, we want to control them. And I want to control this damn amp with this app. And with this, I can do so. So I'm on the sound I programmed earlier called Wild Brutality. This shows me all of the controls on the amp. So if I want to change anything, so if I want to change the gain, I just put my finger here, pull it down, you see it change in real time. I switch myself off. For most people, that's perfect. And it shows you visually where you were. The number in the middle, the big number in the middle tells me where I am now. The little number at the top right tells me where it was. And there's also a visual that shows me that as well. So I can change everything on the amp. If I want to go in more detail, this is my preamp, this is my power amp, this is my cabinet. I can change the preamp. I just touch it and scroll to whatever I want. I can do the same with the power amp as well. Change it, do the same with the cabinet. So I can control the amp using this. I can also go back out of this, go to the effects. So right now I'm using all the effects. I've got an OD pedal on it, modulation, delay, and reverb. If I want to switch them off, I can do so. But if I want to, say, mess with the overdrive, I just touch it and the same thing. I can control everything via this. Real simple. And when I'm happy with it, then what I can do is this. I can hit the save button. At this point, it lets me save it to the amp. I can save it to whatever number I want. So if I've written something over something I like already, I don't have to overwrite it. I can move it somewhere else. But I can also save it onto my phone and then take it elsewhere. So I can go to my buddy's house, plug
You can
into
come
his...
to my house.
Yeah, I can go to Paul's house, overwrite his crappy sounds. No. I can play my sounds on his amp without overwriting his amp, because when I switch the amp to that, it enables me, if you watch here, when I touch this button, it's gone to blue. Now this is what's on my phone, that's playing on the amp. When I go back to here, when it goes back to gold, that's on the amp. So I can go to someone else's house and do what I want. So it's a very cool thing, and that's where the creation comes in, and it's free. So the other great thing about this, by the way, is when you're programming an amp, if you're standing over it, the sound's going under you, you can't really hear what you're doing. On this, if you're playing live, you can be 10 feet away going, I need more treble. If this is hooked up, you can mess with it from where you're standing, make sure you're okay with your drummer.
What's good, you can put it right on your mic stand, and when you can hear it from back there, you can just sort of real time get the sound you hear that's coming at you rather than standing over, as you said. That's a great functionality.
Which is cool. And the other thing is, and then you're probably thinking, yeah, but what if a smartass in the audience has got a phone and goes, oh, Bluetooth, I'm going to mess with his amp, and you're playing Pantera, and he changes you to a Bob Marley funk reggae sound. The thing is, you have to enable the amp to accept Bluetooth, and once you've connected to it, no one else can. It's a one-way street. Only one car can go on that street. Could someone hack it? Yeah, but you know what, if they do, God bless them. They should be hacking a bank and stealing money, but if they've got nothing better to do than mess with a band playing live, good luck to them.
So there you have it. You heard both the Code 25 and the Code 50. As always, thank you, Nick, for coming here and showing us all about these brand new amps. And as you also have heard, these amps still have that Marshall tone with connectivity and extreme versatility. So let's hear a little more.
And by the way, this is being reviewed in Guitar World, so just to ensure it's a good review, Paul, thank you.
You got it.
That's all it costs, folks. $5, 5-star review.
I'm cheap.
$1 per star. Nice. Let's jam, brother.